Let's start at the top. Johnny Walker versus Jamahal Hill for the main event of the evening. Oh my fucking goodness.
What a 5-round banger this was.
Absolutely.
No. Holy shit. So obviously the fight starts, right? And these guys are throwing right away. And Johnny Walker is Johnny Walker. That's who he is. That's his style of fight. He throws some crazy shit. He was doing like the spinning kick to spinning back fist, like throwing crazy shots. But Jamahal Hill, dude, to literally just dismantle Johnny the way he did, his striking is so clean and crisp, man. I mean, it's on another level. Yes, he had that setback against Paul Craig. But outside of that, man, he's now, am I wrong on that?
What?
Oh, yeah, I thought you were giving me a look. I'm like, no, it was Paul Craig.
No, yeah, Paul Craig snapped his arm in half.
Yeah, so outside of that Paul Craig fight, I mean, he's now 10-1 in this division. And I was talking about this last night where, at this point in Jamahal Hill's career, like, I'd really like to see him take on a top guy. Number 7 comes to mind, Dominic Reyes. On a bit of a skid. He kind of needs that 10 to 15 area, which is where Jamahal Hill's at. I think that's a great matchup. Sign me up for Dominic Reyes versus Jamahal Hill.
Oh, I love that matchup as well. It's probably the only matchup to make right now in this 205 division. This guy is legit. Like, Jamahal Hill, he's got fantastic footwork. Like I was saying, man, he's almost like, he reminds me a lot of Israel Adesanya. He's a little bit bigger. He probably has a little bit more power, but it's sneaky, man. He doesn't seem like he's throwing the hardest punches ever, but he's got the power to flatline anybody. The way he landed that overhand right, and he hit Johnny, like, credit to Johnny Walker. If there's a place you want to get punched, it's right in the temple, but the Hill's power translated there, man.
Oh, for
when
sure.
he got hit by that shot, the way his legs just stiffened up immediately, and he fell back, man. That was insane.
What was so weird about that is he gets hit in the temple, and then his arms go back, and you see him kind of try to grab the fence, and then he just falls. His neck's like slumped on the fence, and this was terrifying for me because, like, in all seriousness, like, you always want to make sure that the fighters are okay. This is like the most dangerous sport you can be in on planet Earth. I mean, outside of maybe like a football or whatever, but with CTE. But man, when his neck was up against the fence, and Jamahal Hill, he's charging at him full steam ahead and throws that right hand and just connects.
Yep.
And there's no give on that fence, man. And I was really concerned about Johnny Walker's safety there. And that knockout was absolutely brutal.
Brutal.
But, dude, wow. Yeah, I love me some Jamahal Hill, man. I mean, I did pick against him because I like the odds at a plus 210 Johnny Walker was coming in at, but man, he got the job done, and he looked very impressive.
Absolutely, dude. I love the footwork. I love the kickboxing. I love the style. And we credit to Johnny, dude. He looked good before that knockout came. I know he got knocked out, but, I mean, he was looking good. He actually has developed his game quite a bit. He was calm. He was cool. He was collected. He did not just throw wild strikes like everyone expects this man to do. He's just, these last few fights, he's been very timid. And it didn't work for him last night, man. He just got caught, but he did look good before that happened. Cosmo Reverb, shout out to you. Now that we've seen 2 fights with Walker training under SBG, what do you guys think of his development, man? He's getting better. He's getting better. It's just one of those things, man. When you work your way up, like, I think he was almost a top 5 guy at one point.
You're right. And
you only fight savages, dude.
And he had so much hype behind his name. I mean, let's keep in mind a few years ago, Johnny Walker, after that KO spectacular victory, he goes and does like this weird celebration where he does the worm and he blows out his shoulder. And there was so much momentum behind Johnny. Like, you really thought at one point, like, this guy's fun, dynamic, he knocks guys out, he throws crazy strikes, and he's on this impressive win streak, that he really would be a top echelon guy and maybe even contend for the belt. And keep in mind, back then at 205, John Jones was the title holder, and we were all talking, man, what a stylistically, that'd be such a fun fight. And it never came to fruition because, Johnny obviously had to take a year and a half off for all that, for the injury to fix his shoulder. And it sucked. It really did suck for Johnny. And I do feel bad for Johnny Walker because, like, I really do enjoy watching him fight. But, man, it's been rough for him over the last couple of years.
Yeah, man. It is a rough skid right now.
And, again, he's still relatively young. He's got plenty of time. I don't think, like, anything like, oh, he should be out of the UFC.
He's done. He's not going to Bellator or nothing yet. They're not going to they could Sam Alvey him.
No, I don't think they will. I really don't, man. With a guy like Johnny Walker, you could give him a guy like Jimmy Crew coming off that loss. I mean, I think that might be like a good matchup. Ian Cutelaba would be fun.
Ian Cutelaba versus Johnny Walker? Are you shitting me? Yes, sign me up. Sign me up right now. Sign me up for that. I don't know if they fought before, but I mean, it does matter.
But again, I mean, obviously, like realistically, this is a setback for Johnny Walker, but I don't think this is like he's got to win his next fight or he's out of the UFC. I still think he's fun. He's relatively young. He's a dynamic fighter, and sometimes
it is what it is.
It is what it is. You just get caught, and as you said, Jamahal Hill's power just translates, and he just landed that shot right on the temple. So.
Yeah, and W had this to say: had he beat Corey Anderson, he would have gotten the Jones fight at 247 instead of Reyes. It's been downhill since then. You're absolutely right there for Johnny Walker's. But he did say this about Hill: Hill has the sharpest hands at 205 with improvements to his grappling. I wouldn't be surprised if he's champ one day. That's what, dude. Like I might be on this hype train with Jamahal Hill. Like, I really don't think there's a lot of guys right now that can really contend with him on the feet, other than maybe like a Dominic Reyes, a Jan Blachowicz, like upper echelon guys. I really want to see him tested. I love that Dominic Reyes matchup. I think that's a perfect fight to make. The technicality that could be there, I think that fight it has to be a main event, and it probably does go all 5 rounds, and I just want to see what happens, man, because both of those men have some of the best hands in the entire division.
Oh, absolutely. And dude, that matchup at a UFC fight night, Vegas fight night, dude, main event. Give me that fight 5 rounds. I'm clamoring for that, dude. That's like a fight night card where it's like all I got to see is the main event for Dominic Reyes versus Jamahal Hill, and I'm all in. Sign me up for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Very impressive win from Jamahal Hill, and it's so impressive too that this was only his 11th professional mixed martial arts fight.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy, dude. I mean, this guy's got so much potential. As Ant said, he's got some of the crispest, sharpest hands in this light heavyweight division. I'm very much looking forward to his future.
Absolutely. Let's get into Church Coin bets. So I was the only one to take Hill. I put 2,600 Church Coin on him, and he was a minus 260, so that gave me a return of 1,000 Church Coin. Cosmo, you had 1,000 on Walker. That did not work out for you, my guy.
Yeah, I also had 1,000 on Walker as well and lost that.
So let's go into our prop bets. So I had Hill by KO for 500 Church Coin, and I'm glad I hit that. It was only a minus 135, dude.
Well, I mean, it's Jamahal
I thought it'd
Hill.
be a plus.
No.
I thought it'd be a plus because it's the technicality there. I figured a lot of people were thinking it was going to go all 5 rounds, but it didn't happen. Yeah, Jamahal Hill, he's got a lot of hype behind his name, and now he's on a KO streak right now. I mean, he just flatlined. Who was this last fight before him? Was it Jimmy Crew?
Jimmy Crew,
yeah. Flatlined him too. So, I mean, 2 KO streak. Dominic Reyes, sign me the fuck up. But I had 500 on KO, and that gave me a return of 370. Cosmo, your prop bet was Hill decision 500, so that didn't work out for you either.
Yeah, and typically when a guy is favored as heavily as Jamahal Hill was coming in at minus 260, that's typically telling you the Vegas thinks he's going to win the fight. So when you see a prop bet at a minus 135 for a KO, that's probably, and I didn't look at all the lines for all of them because that's what I picked. I put 300 Church Coin on Hill via KO, but the probability of him getting a KO was very high, and that's why it was a slight.
I think that makes sense. The minus 135 isn't a terrible line either for that, really.
No,
really
not for that, and especially because it did happen too. So
did you say you got a return of?
I got a return of 222 Church Coin.
All right.
Yep.